day 19 and 20. Wow, crazy. I feel like it was just yesterday that I was doing 15, and now it's 19 and 20, which is crazy. So, obviously, duh, number 19 is creating a closing ritual for the weekend, such as a symbolic release of old habits. And day 20 is trying a new activity or visiting a new place. And so I kind of did both of these. Today is Friday, so I think today is a really good day to do a review for the week. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a full, more in-depth reflection on how this whole process is going. But today I wanted to do the closing ritual practice that I want to instill for myself, as well as share what I did for my new activity. But okay, so I guess I'll start with the new activity because that was fun. So I found this thing called an herb club. Yeah, I know. I know I was trying to spend less time on Instagram, but I did find this on Instagram. And the moment I saw it, I went, I should try that. That looks fun. That looks like something I would enjoy. I signed up for it, and it's funny because I really like plants. I like being out in nature. I'm wearing my plants sweatshirt today just because of it. And I thought it would be a good way to meet people, get back into getting out into society again, and just, yeah, I thought it would be really good for me. And it's funny because I signed up for it last week, and all week I've, just had it in the back of my mind. I had it in my calendar. And then when it came to today, I kind of had this feeling like, oh, I shouldn't go. I shouldn't go. Of course not. Why would I go? And it's funny, I haven't really been able to pinpoint like why I had these feelings, but I decided that, I wasn't going to let that down. I wasn't going to let that get to me, because my immediate gut reaction was yes, yes, yeah, yes. So I didn't want the secondary reaction of, ooh, yeah, to take over that like strong yes. And I'm really glad I didn't, because I had such a lovely time. I was able to grab some of these herbs from the trail. Smells so good. This is a common name for it is cowboy cologne. I learned today, but it can also be referred to as California sagebrush, even though technically it's not sage. Found out it's not sage at all. It's actually part of the sunflower family, which is really fun. I'm very new to the world of like being able to actually tell what plants are. Like, I can look at a plant and be like, that's basil, and like, that's a daisy. But like, I would not have looked at this bush on the side of the trail and been like, oh my God, you know what that is? Cowboy cologne. That is California sagebrush. No. But now I can. So that's crazy. I love learning. It was so much fun. We went around this like whole trail and like took photos of things, and I like wrote down in my notebook like all the different names and where it comes from, and like what it was traditionally used for, like medicinal purposes. So much fun. It was so much fun. And I'm really glad I did it. I'll put some pictures in. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. And yeah, I'm really glad I did it. So that was my new activity today. Yes. Yes. We love trying new things. Yeah, it makes me really want to like go out and do more things like that. So that's really exciting. Closing ritual for today. This is actually something that I asked our good friend ChatGPT about. So I talked to Chat about this because I was like, what the heck could I do to support myself for what I just released yesterday with the limiting belief of having a hard time meeting myself where I am right now. So it's gave me a couple ideas, and I wanted to go over those today for closing rituals that I want to instill in my own routine. Here are the 3 things that I am going to take now moving forward. Okay, so the whole thing about rituals is that it feels special, feels celebratory, feels like different than the normal. This is why I love rituals, right? I have noticed that chat does a whole lot of like ritual talk. I'm here for it. I love it. I feel like we should be using that word a whole lot more in our vocabulary. Anyway, so number 1, to make it feel special, I am choosing a fun candle, and I will be lighting this at the start of my closing ritual. This is a candle that I got as a present from my old boss, and it's just really sweet. And I burned it one time previously because I wanted to smell it burning when he like gave it to me. And so it just reminds me of like really sweet times. He was a really kind boss. So, so I'm going to light this. Bing! And this is going to be my special review end of week celebratory candle. It smells nice and it makes me happy. And somebody that was nice to me gave it to me. So anyway, moving on. The second thing is writing a letter of encouragement to yourself. It says it can be like a short note. Okay. Oh, I gotta, what am I doing? Gotta light this bad boy. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible. Let's just put this right here so you can see it. Love that for me. Okay. The second one is writing a letter of encouragement to myself. I started doing something this week that I thought would be helpful with this, and that is I've been keeping daily notes of like Monday. I kind of started it as a mixture of like one of the reasons why, like a thing to get off my phone. So one of the things I've been doing this week is trying not to get on my phone until after noon, literally at noon. Like, don't be on my phone before noon. And I have found that if I carry this notebook around with me and write down all my thoughts about, or this is how it started, is that I was like, oh, I gotta text my sister about that thing, or, oh, I should look up this thing on how to do this, or whatever. And that would always get me on my phone, and then I would stay on my phone. So I found that if I carried a notebook like this around with me and wrote down like all those things that I wanted to do to like look up later, that I then started to find my habit of going to go write this down instead of going to go look it up or do it, if that makes sense. So I started it for that purpose originally, and now it's kind of morphed into like a thought journal, just like notes on the day, things I've been thinking about, to-do lists, more of like a logical journal than my personal emotional journal that I do my morning pages in. So it's actually been very interesting. And then also at the end of each night, I've been sitting down and writing a list of all the things that I did that day. I started this as a means of trying to show myself physically in a list of all the things I did that day, to give myself a little bit more self-compassion on the days that I feel like I didn't do anything. I had a list in front of my face that was like, no, here are all the things you did today. You did do things today, even if they were small. And I found that to be really, really helpful. And it's been a really fun thing to do, like right before I go to bed, actually. It'd be like, okay, what was my day like, you know? And I'm like, oh, I took a walk with a friend. Oh, I made a really yummy breakfast. And it's like, it almost has turned into like a gratitude thing as well. So, and I've just been doing this for a week, but I have been really enjoying it. So my thought is that in this session, I can review the notes that I took throughout the week and write like little snippets of, I say snippets, but more like kind of like poems, I guess, of like the gratitude aspect for each of these days, or maybe like the week in its entirety. Then take that bad boy and put it in this jar. I love jars. One of the things that it said was having like a visual progress jar. And so I thought like a jar like this and having all these notes of like self-gratitude and self-compassion and like look at all the things that I've done would be like really helpful, and just like have it here right on my desk. But yeah, so then I thought that this jar would be really helpful to be like a visual reminder on my desk. So I want to start today by adding to this jar. It also said something really cute about capturing a visual snapshot, like taking a photo that represents your progress each week. The examples chat gave were that it could be a quote, it could be your workspace, even something that inspired you. So that way you have a collection of memories of this journey that you've taken. So I thought that this would be a fun thing for me to do. I'm not sure if I'd want to do this on a daily basis, because I do really enjoy the aspect of not being on my phone. I think that that's been really good for me, but I do think that this is something that I could definitely do on a weekly basis and have like an album on my phone of photos from this period of my life. Like, I'm really bad at taking photos, and so I think that this would be a really fun kind of activity for me to do. These are the things that I am gonna do for this like end weekly ritual thing. So number one is like that gosh dang candle. It smells so nice. Number two, write notes of encouragement to myself based off of my daily notes that I've taken throughout the week, and put that in a jar. Yes. And number three, create an album on my phone that is full of at least one photo, up to 5 to 7, I guess, of the things that have been happening throughout my week. I also have been taking a lot of sunset walks this week, so maybe that's something I can do, like take a photo of the sunset, because they have been so beautiful, spectacular. So that's day 19 and 20, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for following me on my journey. I can't believe that I've been doing this for 20 days already. That's really kind of crazy. I feel like before I started this, it felt like I might not finish, and it's crazy to think that I only have like 10 days left. So I'm really happy that I've stuck with this. So I feel like each day I feel myself getting more and more motivated to do the things that I want to do. So I really love that. This genuinely has given me a lot of agency back, I feel like. But I mean, I'll talk about this more in the review tomorrow. But anyway, thank you so much for joining. You can subscribe if you want to. Nobody is stopping you. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.